Welcome back everyone for Retro Restore. This one we're going to have a scenario situation here where you're wanting to play your favorite Atari game and your controller happens to stop working. For the ease of use on this, we're going to be using the Atari 2600 Plus for this example. So we have Dark Chambers on, entering level H. So with a controller, we can move up, down, left, right, but the button does not work on it because that's supposed to be doing an attack. So we can move around just fine, but can't do anything with the button. So something like that could ruin a whole night of wanting to play games on the Atari. So make sure you are grounded out and then take this apart. Start by removing these 4 Phillips screws that are down on the bottom. So then with the 4 screws removed, you just lift the top off of here. That's not good. It looks like our spring fell down below. So the way the button works, it has this little spring that connects in here. So when it pushes down, it's supposed to trigger this. And then the joystick has this plastic part. It's actually removable on there. But as you move the joystick around, there are these 4 spots that stick down on it. Those hit these little pressure points here. So just for fun, we have this plugged in. Let's see what this does. And don't try this at home. I'm just crazy, so that's why I'm doing this. This could actually be dangerous here. So when we take our plastic tool and push on this, then it moves us there. Push there, we push on each of these, and it moves our character around. But then we push on the button at the bottom, and it doesn't do a thing. So that may seem like a bad thing, but that actually gives us a bunch of information to go off of now. So what you have here is this cable right here goes down here to the button, and that goes underneath of it. And then you have this one go along through here, and that's what's supposed to connect on there. So when you press down on that, that's supposed to connect these two together. But that is not happening right now. So when we take our little board here, what you'll want to do is, if you have a multimeter, that's going to be the easiest way to test this out. So I have this Cobalt digital multimeter here. You want to go to the diode test mode, at least on this one, and then there's a mode selection change that goes to the continuity test. That little symbol looks like a sound one. That will be most likely be the one on any equipment you may have to do this test. So just to show some of our basics here. So we have this directional input. If we put some power up there, then we follow it around. So we will put this one here. We just hold them like that, and then when we press that, it does a little beep. Then this one, the one coming to the center, is here, and then it connects to the same one there. Then we'll press this button, and that one beeps also. Then when we test this one here, we'll put this here, and it connects over to here, so they're like right next door to each other. There you go, that should be a better view of where they're connected. Then we press it, and it beeps. And then this other directional one, go up here, and then it connects to that same one, and press that one, and we got our beep. So this one down here is the one that is giving us the issues. This is the button. So if we put our one tester up there, and then this one traces back to this one too, and then we press it, so that one is getting beeps to it. So that definitely makes things a bit more interesting with this. Going to try this test again. So we are able to move around with these. Guess now we just need to figure out why this isn't working. Especially because our continuity test said that it should be working. So I think the first thing we're going to do with this, because it kind of looks like that got chewed up at some point. We're going to take something to kind of get inside each of these and make sure that we're getting all the shredded plastic or whatever out of there. If you have a precision cleaning kit, that'd be perfect to do this. I'm just kind of putting the end of the tweezer just inside here and just kind of spinning it around a little bit. And then take something to, whether it's a can of air or a little squishy air thingy like this, and then just try to make sure you get all the gunk out of there that you may have just dug out. So then we'll try it out after doing that cleaning. We can still walk around and then try this one. Hey, it's actually shooting something now. So that seems to have helped. We'll just do this one more time just to make sure we got everything out of there so that it all connects fine. Because who knows what kind of gunk gets built up inside of these. And then just because it wouldn't be me if I didn't do this, take a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, at least 91%, and a Q-tip. And we'll just get this exposed part cleaned up a little bit up here. So yeah, there's a little bit of grossness that was on it, but it wasn't that bad for how old this controller is. This controller is even older than me. You slide most of the cord through, and then there's a spot where it just kind of hooks in place down here. Snaps down in place, and then for the plastic part of the joystick, it slides down in here, and there's a lip that goes over the edge over here. Then we put our button in place, and it has the spring. Then the easiest way to get this hooked together where that spring and all that won't fall out is take your board, make sure the button is going to be flipped over where that button is, and then line them up. There will be those two plastic spots will go through on the board, and then you can see the screw holes in the other spots. Then take the bottom part of the board and rotate it because the cord goes into the long part of the board here, and then flip that onto the top. Then we'll get our screws put back in. Then we have our Atari controller ready to test again. I'll the game be on a little bit of a smaller window in the corner just so you can see the controller. Entering level D, so we can still move around. And then when we press the button, he fires his weapon. Ah, ghosts, skeletons. So if you've ever played this game, this is actually kind of a fun one. It's like a dungeon crawler where you have to go through and get through all the different chambers on here. You can get power-ups, you can restore your health. Now normally I'd start with the whole cleaning thing first, giving a thorough cleaning if something's not working correctly, but kind of want to make the video to show how the Atari controller works, and that there's not really that much that can go wrong on it. But for the most part, as far as the board inside of there is concerned, it's going to be like this stick is going to break, like on this controller, before anything actually breaks on the board inside. So if you have a controller that's acting kind of funny, then try cleaning inside the connector area. Make sure the connector on the Atari is actually in good shape too. And then if that doesn't work, then check all the leads. Make sure when you push the buttons down that it's actually registering correctly with the power. But it also shows if you are good with tinkering around with things, then you could really build your own Atari controllers pretty easily. If you enjoyed this, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. If you like to see any other retro console controllers or cartridges or even systems taken apart, put back together, tested, any of that, then please let me know in the comments. I want to thank you for watching. Have a nice day.